Hey, welcome to 3Com Commentaries. It's your boy MagMongoSlade. So, Nick Khan made the comment that WWE is not losing eyeballs, that they are just shifting from linear TV to the internet. Of course, this led people to scoff and to say, yeah, right. But again and again, we keep getting proven right. So this video will be about a secondary site named Tubular Labs. Now, if you have watched my Shareablee video, then you know that WWE has been doing quite well on the internet. But that site looked at YouTube, not YouTube, but Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Yep, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Tubular Labs looks just at YouTube and Facebook. So why is this important? Before we get into it, before we get into the facts and the figures of this whole ordeal, why is this important? Well, this is important because this is what Tubular Labs says about. These are facts about viewing demographics. Millennials are 2 times more likely to view social videos than linear TV. That means they're more likely to view things online than they are to just sit and watch a television. They're 3 times more likely to view a social video than to watch a streaming service. So there that is. Generation Z, 5 times more likely to view social videos rather than linear TV. 2 times more likely to view a social video over a streaming service. And Generation Alpha, which are the babies, this is just a prediction because they're babies, but they say that babies will, in the future, be 13 times more likely to view social video rather than linear TV. This is, of course, a projection that's consistent with a lot of the trends that I've seen as far as the death of cable television. And you see that the age groups get younger and younger. So millennials are the oldest, Gen Z are even younger than millennials, and Generation Alpha are, like I said, the babies. So let's get into what WWE has been up to. Now, to continue our talk on Shareablee, in January 2021, WWE landed at number 13. They had in the U.S. Media Index. That is, of course, looking at all of the different media companies and their performance over the month of January. WWE came at 13 with 70 million cross-platform actions across Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. But this video is mostly going to be about Tubular Labs. If you're interested in what they've done on Shareablee before, I will put that video in the description below. I would, just repeat a lot of that stuff, but I decided not to. I decided to be lazy today. So Tubular Labs looked at the year of 2020 from February to December, cross-platform YouTube and Facebook in the United States only. So there's been a lot of talk about Dave Meltzer saying that, most of their YouTube views come from India. And for some reason, you should. Now, I would put the audio of Dave Meltzer saying basically that WWE should probably geo-block India. That was pretty brutal. Should I post it? Should I not post it? Should I post it? Do you want to hear it? Let's hear it.
You're on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you're watching Bad Bunny win the 24/7 title.
Right.
And it ends, and then a video comes on of Nia Jax leg dropping the apron and screaming about her hole. Well, you don't want to watch that, so you turn it off. Well, guess what? That counted as one of those views, even if you watched a split second of it, okay? Right. So if YouTube says 1 million views for any video, that's on the high end. Like, nowhere near 1 million people actually watched that entire video. It was a fraction of that.
Okay, and
whereas your raw number of 2 million viewers for television, the actual number of people that watch a portion of that show is significantly higher than that. So the spread between television and YouTube is actually significantly bigger than it appears when you see a number for raw and a number for YouTube.
Right, I tell people that all the time when they go, but the other thing is it's a worldwide number, and WWE worldwide numbers are skewed greatly because of overseas viewing. One of the things, and WWE doesn't do this, and someday I'll go through the whole thing because I've had it explained to me from MLW and Impact and some MMA groups that they actually geo-block a lot of their stuff, because if you don't, so much is in India and you can't monetize it because the people will go, all your views are from India. We don't want to pay for subscriptions because none of those people buy anything. So they actually block India and block a lot of countries. So the number is much, much smaller, but they actually make way more money on advertising because they can go to the advertiser and go, this is only a U.S. number. So WWE doesn't need to do that because they're WWE, but for the other people, like, they don't even want, it's not even, like, that's, India's actually like a negative in the eyes of advertisers. So, for reasons that I just said, but it's like, I know with Impact, just as an example, when Impact blocked a bunch of countries, their total viewing numbers went down, way, way, way down, but their advertising went way, way, way up on YouTube. Not that it's a giant number, but it's actually like a number that's like, I mean, it's like real money.
So there's a lot to take away from what Alvarez and Meltzer said. Basically, Meltzer talking about WWE should geo-block India. WWE is a global promotion. The concept that Indians don't pay for anything because they're poor, and therefore they should be blocked, is absolutely abysmal. Some people have said it was racist. I wouldn't go that far. I would say he's just largely very ignorant of how business operates, and especially when you're talking about quote unquote emerging markets, or what they call third world countries. Just because people are poor today doesn't mean they'll be poor forever. So you don't just decide, well, you guys don't buy anything, so we're going to block you. That's just not how the world works. Secondly, Alvarez starts talking about, the YouTube views. You could watch something by accident, and that counts as a view. And it's like, sure. But the same could be said for TV when if I go to the bathroom and I start watching Lana versus Natalia, it might not be something I want to see, but if I'm in the bathroom, I'm not actually watching it. You understand what I'm saying? So what he's saying about people lapse and they don't immediately click off of a video, it just rolls over to the next video. It also applies to TV. So what he's saying doesn't make any sense. Also, WWE has, I looked, and WWE has one of the largest YouTube channels in the world. According to Brandwatch, as of September 2020, they were at number 6 in the world as far as YouTube is concerned, at 66.4 million subscribers. Since then, Statista has placed WWE at 72.5 million subscribers as of January 2021. So they have one of the largest YouTube channels in the world, and it's one of the most popular. This is the key, and we've just gone over millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, etc. are more likely to watch social videos than they are to watch linear television. We've already been through this. Now, it's okay for you to say you don't know. And this is the problem with Alvarez and Meltzer. They just don't say they don't know, right? They always claim that WWE was trying to shroud some things. Now we're going to finally get into the Tubular Labs thing. It took me a while to get there, but I had to deal with that because it is ridiculous that they would say something like this. And it goes to show that these guys have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. So these are unique views. Tubular Labs is looking at unique views. What that means is a unique view is tracking the user. So if a user watches a video 5 times, it may count as 5 views, but it counts as 1 unique viewer, right? So WWE, as of February to December 2020, across platforms, YouTube and Facebook, they landed number 3 in top sports media creators with 29.2 million unique viewers. So we don't know how many views it is, but it's 29.2 million viewers. They were number 3. In the male 13 to 24 demographic, with 8.3 million unique viewers, WWE was also number 3. In the males 25 to 44 demographic, they were number 6 with 13.7 million viewers. And I took it to the next level and I even looked outside of the those were just the United States numbers, by the way. So that means that there are more people watching than ever before. Disco Inferno is another one who says, like, there's fewer people watching this stuff than ever before. Actually, there's more people watching it than ever before. There's more people watching it than ever before. So I looked outside of the United States just for kicks because WrestleNomics were the ones who originally posted the Tubular Labs thing. I should give them credit for that. But I took it to the next level. So I looked in the United Kingdom, which WWE does not rank in the top 10 in the United Kingdom. They do not rank in the top 10 in France either. But they do rank in the top 10 in Germany, where they rank number 9 as far as September 2020, with 19.4 million unique viewers for WWE Dutchland. So that's just one of the many things that we've got going on here. So I continued to do some digging, and I found out that during the pandemic, during the height of the pandemic, as far as May 2020, which is when, the lockdowns were really kind of in occurrence, we saw that wrestling was very popular on Facebook. It was 28% of the content on Facebook was pro wrestling. Well, viewed. 28% of the viewed content on Facebook was pro wrestling. 41% of those were highlights. On YouTube, wrestling was 33% of the content that was viewed. These are both the highest for any single thing. So WWE's dominance on social media goes back over a year. You can go back to April 2019, which is what I did. I went all the way back to WrestleMania 35. Around WrestleMania 35, WWE was number 1 in global cross-platform sports and had been so since the previous year. So since at least 2018. They had 238.9 million Facebook viewers, 825.9 million YouTube views, and 126.1 million other views. WrestleMania Kickoff had 7.1 million views. Just the kickoff show. Of course, that has nothing to do with the actual subscribers to the network, because YouTube is free and the network is not. So the concept, we doubled down again. Meltzer and Alvarez continue to scoff at what WWE is doing online and saying, oh, they're not going after young viewers because they're putting on a bad show, when people are watching the show. They are watching it. They're watching it at clips. They're not sitting down with TV and watching it, but they're watching it. And it says a lot that we have people out here who still deny this, who are still running away from it. And it's embarrassing, if we be honest, because these are supposed to be journalists. Do the work. Now, I've seen a lot of people say, well, why is all this stuff coming out all of a sudden? And, where did all this stuff come from? It's got to be WWE leaking all this stuff. Maybe. But I think all of this spins out of the Nick Khan comment. When Nick Khan made the comment about linear linear TV, people were laughing. Oh, your TV ratings are in the toilet. Even though people don't understand TV ratings, which I'll explain in a minute. I'll explain the importance of WWE to TV in a minute. Not the actual rating system itself, which is broken and bullshit. But you have the system where, let's say SmackDown gets 2 million viewers a week, right? They say, well, it's possible for SmackDown to get more viewers. And I say, well, yeah, of course, it's always possible that SmackDown could get more viewers. But think about what I just said. If SmackDown gets 2 million viewers a week, there's 52 weeks in a year. How many viewers is that in a year? That's 100 million viewers. That's 100 million viewers. They are delivering 100 million viewers to Fox. And that's new shows every week, which means viewers come back every week. Now, if Raw does around 2 million viewers, something about probably 1.5, you still have to do the math. 1.5 times 52 weeks a year, right? So even if the third hour of Raw falls off of a cliff and it falls down to 1 million viewers, that's still 1 million viewers every week for 52 weeks. That's 52 million viewers, right? That's a lot of people. Whether you think it should be higher or not is irrelevant. If the third hour of Raw delivers 52 million viewers a year, that's a lot of advertising bucks. I'm sorry if that upsets you. Try getting a quarter of that, and you'll see how much money you can make. Okay, so the idea that that they're failing, that they don't know what they're doing, they're mismanaging the company is absolutely nonsense. Now, they could obviously be doing better. They could obviously be doing better. Anybody can do better. But they're doing fucking awesome. They're doing pretty damn good. And I've also seen people say, well, a lot of this stuff is Bad Bunny. That's why I went back. That's why I went backwards. Because I saw a lot of people say, well, they have been touting all the Bad Bunny stuff. So I was like, okay, maybe that's the case. Maybe it is Bad Bunny bumping the numbers up for, January. Because when he started appearing at the Royal Rumble, maybe we could say for January, it's been Bad Bunny bumping up those numbers. But then when you go backwards and you see that Tubular Labs is looking at it from February to December 2020, before Bad Bunny showed up, that argument doesn't hold any weight. So it is what it is. Now people can say, oh, well, it's the Indians. Well, it's a global market, man. It's a global product. And it has been for years. But now they're finally able to reach them. And it's a beautiful thing. I don't see the problem. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel. Use the hashtag 3count commentaries to help the channel grow. Also, if you want to send me cash to help me continue to do research and stuff like this, let me hit the Cash App in the description below. Thank you guys for your time and your efforts and your energies. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.